Good morning. Well, hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? Look, I was gonna say good morning. I was saying it earlier. I said good morning. Look, y'all done all y'all Christmas shopping. It's what day? It's 2 days left before Christmas. Y'all done your Christmas shopping. For me, I wouldn't plan on doing none. I don't necessarily do. That's not my thing. I don't Christmas shop. That's not my thing particularly, but I don't know nobody that does. I guess for me, I just saw, how like we spend a lot of money and stuff like that, and I don't. Um, yeah, that's not my thing. But I will say now for people's birthdays, I'll go out for your birthday, but for Christmas, it's not so much. It's more of the simple things in life for me. Um, the simple things in life. It's just to be around each other and to create the memories. So that's more so my speed and my thing. But I definitely say that, you know. And it's in the season, we're getting a little bit more excited. Our spirits are lifted up. But some of us it may not be in. And I think it's good to say it's good for us to really come in and really just focus on like um what grounds us. Because I know sometimes, life can really feel messy. I gotta move y'all around today. Life can really feel messy. And that's understandable. And it's like being messy when things are going well. Sometimes your prayers may not be answered quickly. Your week has been heavy when things just go and don't go as planned, and when it felt like one thing after another. Listen, look, I understand because that was me. Oh my God, that was me. It this is sometimes there's a couple weeks of just yucky moments. Things just didn't happen the way they're supposed to. Um, Doors didn't open and situations were draining. Yeah, there's some, but still, the midst of all that, like I said, it's how we frame and how we look at stuff, how we have that moment for gratitude, and why gratitude in the middle, not after. Having the gratitude, like find reasons to be grateful for it. And this is the season for it to be grateful. This season in all totality has been teaching me that gratitude isn't just about something we practice, you know, after things work out. It is something that we really practice in the middle. In the middle of it's like this song, in the middle of it's a gospel song. I was like this song. But it said like who say that's something really saying like I'll praise you in the middle of it, no matter what comes my way. Like yeah, that song is perfect, like literally perfect. Um, and it's in the middle of the unanswered questions, the delays, the discomfort, the emotional exhaustion. It's all that. When we are saying we're grateful for something, we're not pretending that things are fine. I think we're not at all. We're actually acknowledging even even here God is still present. And what's the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they say even if he doesn't come to say like even he doesn't save us, I'm still not serving. Let's say Nebuchadnezzar, look at me, telling y'all look at me, it comes out. But in the moments like that, they're like when we have those quiet nudges and just be quiet. It's really a reminder to say like you don't have to carry all this by yourself. And that's where the gratefulness comes in. We don't have to carry any of this by ourselves. And that's when you go back to the three principles that never, and that's when I go back to these three principles that never failed me. And I really want to share it with y'all because when life feels chaotic, I typically go to these three principles. And now I'll tell you something, these three principles, they're not magic. You've heard them before, but they work. They just work. And one is definitely prayer, like releasing what I can't fix, just really talking and just having a vulnerable conversation, just letting go. Like prayer is where the weight gets transferred from me to the higher power, from me to God. It's not the fancy words, not the polished sentences. It's not all the giving honor to God. Like it's just honesty. It's just pure honesty. Like Lord, I need you now. Okay, I need you now. It's releasing, and what it does, what this does is it helps you release the control. Because a lot of times we're so caught in the outcome of things, and it really helps us to release the control of it all. We won't have to worry about that. So that's definitely one. And then also two, when we release the control, we're really naming what's heavy. What is really heavy on our hearts and disappointing us? What is that thing that's nudging us? It's like, oh, this is too much. Like, it just wait. And you really just dive deeper and deeper into it. Like most recently, right? I was, I felt I knew I was hurt. And okay, let me give y'all, let me tell y'all my business, right? I paid someone to do a job in my home renovation. And since day one, after they said, hey, I was done, I felt that it was not done. And I reached out and he was like, oh no. I reached out again, said no. But then I'm like, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe he's right. Maybe it's when the things start fixing. Um, the other guy come in, it'll be fine. And the other guy came in, he said the same thing. He said, what did he do? Nobody could tell. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, well, maybe it was just in one location. Maybe he did the other part right. 'Cause it was the whole thing he had to do, right? Come to find out he didn't do that. It wasn't that being done. And it was one of those things where my heart, I was just, it was because I could see that the very thing I paid him for was I'm still in the exact same situation. And for me, it was a moment where I felt like it was more of a heartbreak because I trusted someone. And I think it is one of those things, you trust someone I gave openly and freely. I was like, oh, it's a trustworthy person and this and that. But and it was a hurt for me. And to be honest, that hurt really. But I had to dig deep. I couldn't be like, oh, he didn't. It was the principle. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong. It's like I like, dang, he didn't do this job. And I gotta find somebody to do that job. But it was also too like it was given at some points where, and the quietness of it all was like, man, I just feel so crazy, so gullible to believe him, so naive to believe him so soon when I should have it. I should have not. I should haven't. And for me, I'm the type of person I try to be very sound minded in things where I just don't give out things or I always say I always try to be very sound minded in those things where I'm just not giving out something. I'm very cautious of what I'm doing and yeah, yeah, right. And it just it felt that way. It felt heavy. And I had to understand that that's what it was. That's truly what it was. But you had to name what's really heavy. And the truth of the matter is, what heavy was for me was that I felt like someone betrayed my trust. That's really what it was. And I had to acknowledge, that that's one of the things. And when we also, and I was like really giving it, just like letting it go. I was, listening to my sermons and just praying and just like really because I saw the response that my body had with it. And I just started creating like the prayer. When I started praying more, I just started acknowledging like my dependence. Like even when the point of there were times and I'm like, I can see how God has blessed me to say, okay, even though this may have happened, I still have this, I still have that. And I said, no, LaQuita don't have any of this stuff. That's God. God has those things. Like don't like, me just not being dependent on what I can see and what I can do and just really saying that. So like the prayer, it really helps you create a knowledge of the dependence. And again, like I said, sometimes prayer might have words, sometimes maybe silence, sometimes it may be just crying. It may look like frustration. And to me, all of that counts. It doesn't have to be this perfect thing. Prayer always changes the situation immediately where we see it or not. I mean, when I say almost, it doesn't always change it immediately, but I feel like it does. I know it may not change the situation like physically, but something it does. To me, it really does. It does, like when you someone told me recently, like when you pray, you give it to God and you let it stay there. And that's just getting there. Because when you pray immediately, I feel that it changes your situation physically may not change, but your heart posture does. Your mind may, your thoughts, your thoughts, your dependence on God slowly. But it changes though. Second person that has always helped me is journaling. Like getting it out of my head. That's one. It brings all the clarity that I need. It helps me with the unspoken thoughts that don't disappear, that have constantly multiplied, just putting on paper. And sometimes when you just see what the things you're thinking, it's like, oh, you know what? It's not that bad. It's okay. It's not that bad. But at moments there are, like, it's acknowledging it. And then too, you acknowledge the patterns, but it's also what I love about is that even in that moment, when you overcome it, when you overcome it, you can go back and look and say, man, look what I overcome. Like I was really going through it. You can really say that when things are just, swirling and and the writing just create that space for you, you know? Same thing. It's just you look back and even in the midst of you writing, you start having revelations. And just with your pure honesty, you have approached like and you be able to manage what you're going through. Like, this happened, but I could do this or I could do that. All that adds up, it does. All of it adds up. And the third principle that I do is that I meditate. I'm telling you, I've said it for like the power of 1 minute meditation, 2 minutes, just how many ever, just meditate because I need that stillness. I need to create stillness in all the noise and the chaos for me. That's what I need to do. Look at me, y'all, trying to get over. I have to. Okay, thank you. And it's like the noise and the me. Sorry. Meditation helps with that, and meditation really is where you give your nervous system it get a chance to rest. Your nervous system really get a chance to rest. I know we look at like our mind. It's like, hey, think about your whole nervous system. That response to trying to look at me. You're not in that fight and flight anymore. You're uh-huh. Look at me. That ANS gets the chance to rest. The meditation helps with that. It grounds you. It helps with those common thoughts, like reconnecting you to the present. Because a lot of times when we're worrying about things or anxious, we're anticipating crisis. We are so far ahead in things. And even when we're constantly thinking about we feel like we're depressed and sad, we're stuck in the past. So by being present through meditation, it really helps just to be present and reminding us that in this moment we are safe. We don't have to meditate to escape reality. We really meditate to be met with steadfastness, to be the still. And I know these principles they are easy and they're very simple. People always say that, and I'm gonna be very hot, honest, and open, transparent with you that starting these practices is really it's really the most hardest part of it all. When emotions are high, when emotions are low, when emotions are high, energy is low, when motivation is gone. But there is this what we experience, we had to talk things, we had to really create those momentum things. And there are sometimes it's like this ain't helping, but you gotta keep going and keep doing it. Because instantly it may not you may not see it manifest, but internally it's gonna shift. Things always shift internally for the hit externally. So always remember that. I know I just said we are in the season of gratitude, in the season of thankfulness, and being just the real reason for the season is it's all about love. Christmas is about celebrating a person who is love, who is love, who gives love freely, unconditionally, and gives so much, and who gave so much sacrificial love, right? And in this season, love, and one of the greatest two commandments is to love thy neighbor as thyself. Now love God with all your heart and all your mind, all your spirit. And the second one's to love thy neighbor as thyself. And one of the key things of loving yourself is to take care of yourself, giving yourself grace, giving yourself momentum, giving yourself the time. So for me, three things that help me is prayer, journaling, and meditating. Not because it fixes everything immediately, but because it strengthens me when I'm walking through it, when I'm going into the middle. I'm doing the deep work. I'm doing the shadow work. And it makes me be more in tune with God and just know that God God got me. God got me. But we are in for this close. We are 2 days for Christmas, and I want to really land in with that and make our time in the business of wrapping the gifts and getting everybody things and preparing what we're gonna cook and all these things. Just take a small break in a small moment and just do it for you. Small break, small moment just for you. Okay. Until next time, remember that pharmacy is only if you are. Now go be great, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. It was a struggle almost do that too, though, but it's fine. We got it.